The key thing to understand about deep seabed mining, particularly in the area that I work in, is that we're talking about mining under the seas really, really far out. So particularly where I work, it's the deep seabed under the high seas. And we're talking about accessing resources that are anywhere between sort of 3 kilometers to 6 kilometers under the ocean. So when we're talking about this type of mining, we're talking about quite a technically difficult area to get to. And we're also talking about areas of the ocean that are really untouched, in some cases quite understudied. I think it's always interesting to know the type of, what's being targeted down there. And there are 3 sets of resources so far that are the target of deep seabed mining. The first are polymetallic sulfide deposits at hydrothermal vents.
It's
The
a mouthful.
second yeah, it is exactly. The second is cobalt-rich crusts at underwater seamounts, so those are just underwater mountains. And the third, and the one where there's the most interest from the mining industry, are polymetallic nodules on abyssal plains. And what those are these like potato-sized rocks that sit at depths of about 4 to 6 kilometers deep. And they sit on the seafloor. They have minerals in them such as manganese, copper, cobalt, some rare earth minerals. And that's what we're basically talking about when we talk about deep seabed mining. Also really important to recognize that because we're talking at depths that are so deep, when you're mining there, it's mostly going to take place by remotely operated vehicles, not mostly, completely. And so the mining would take place under the ground, everything that it comes into contact with, and it would then be pumped up back to a sort of processing ship that sits above the water. One of the really important things to understand about this entire industry or potential Indian regime is that it's really far out, it's really new. There has been exploration going on for ages, but it is this sort of it's very different to what we understand to be terrestrial mining.